Well, howdy doody there, Bob and Eternal. How y'all doing today? Glad to hear it. Hey, Waddles. You think you have found the game with one of the best soundtracks you've ever heard? Is it Slime Rancher or is it another game? Finally, I gotta crack my wrist. I don't know if that came across the mic or not. You're putting off showering because you want to do it right before going to bed? You have to clear off said bed for... it sounds like it's time to put the stream on speakers while you clean off the bed. I know that feeling. I do that same thing. Oh... I used to throw all my clean clothes on my bed, so that way I would be forced to put them away before I went to bed, because I would refuse to crawl into bed with all the clean clothes. Hey! Welcome, Acid! Thank you for the raid, dude. How have you been? It's where the water tastes like wine. What game is that? So we'll put on a little bit of streamadoodles, chatting. Hey, Jay. How are you guys doing? Handsome devils. It's always good to see y'all. New PC is treating me beautifully. I've been rendering stuff super quick with Audition or with After Effects and Audition. Streams have been fantastic. Games are running like butter. Everything's awesome. Went highly unnoticed seems to be extremely choice-based. Would you mind sharing that with me in the Discord, Waddles? I'd love to look at it. Yeah, I'm loving the 3080. I was not expecting to get it, but I figured it was meant to be. It was more than I wanted to spend, but I knew I probably wouldn't get another one for a long time, and now hopefully this one will last me at least another 5 years, unless cards get crazy super powerful in the next 2 years and completely dwarf what I currently have. But we'll see. Yeah. yeah, I did. I signed up for the new Egg Shuffle. I entered, I think, 4 times. And I think I won on the 4th. You have to be OT8? What is OT8? Glad you got your 5600 XT before the crappies at the fan. Yo, seriously. Oh, it's a Scientology. Oh, man. I might be on the West Coast, but I don't know anything about Scientology. I tell you what. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah. Yes. Probably. So she can get all my stuff. I forgot we finished off standing up there. Well, thank you for stopping by, Acid. It's always good to see you, my dude. You have a good night, take care of yourself. Be safe, and hopefully we'll see you next time. I gotta try and catch one of your streams these days. My stream is not 60 FPS right now. I probably could be 60 FPS, but I was taking it slow on upgrading my stream settings and stuff. Wanted to make sure everything was running alright, that my internet can handle it. I currently only have 5 megs of internet up. So I'm thinking that maybe I need to get better internet before I really try pushing 60 FPS. Those are rock crystal Largos, indeed. Indeed. I think it's the honeys that like mint mangoes, right? Yeah. Bob knows a lot about geology, huh? Is that what you're studying in school? Humans can only see 29. I feel like humans can see a lot more than 29 if we're able to notice the difference between 30 and 60. Yeah, I will do that. I've also considered trying to upscale it from 720p to 1080p, because I'm currently running it at 720. And I figured it might be nice to up that a little bit, you know? Oh, is it really? All right, well then maybe I'll stick with that. Yeah, FPS and bitrate is definitely where it's at. I think right now I'm running at... I think I have my settings set to 25,000 or 2500 bitrate, but it's actually always putting out 3000, which is strange. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know how I feel about that, but that's fair, I guess. Human vision is really hard to assign a frame rate to because it's more of an analog image advancement than discrete images. But it's interesting, though. We can tell the difference between 20 and 30, 60, 140. Maybe we'll get them fed a little bit quicker. Alright, so what am I missing? I feel like I need to... Oh, I needed to collect all those mint mangoes for the giant honey slime. That's right. I remember now. Maybe I'll go build another garden real quick just to grow more. It's on a screen, so it's more noticeable. Interesting. Let's do a garden real quick. And yeah, let's upgrade the garden. Let's make it a little quicker to get some of those things, because I can always turn this into something else. All right, still got one. That's good. And still got one. Go get in the corner with your boyfriend. Make me some babies. Nothing? And a consistent frame rate will look better than a high one right down until you enter slideshow territory. Like looking at an image of something is different from looking at something in the flesh, so to say. We are really good at noticing change or variance, which I think is why you see changes in frames. But a solid 30 or 60 that doesn't vary looks really good. Do I have feeders on these guys? I do. It is very complicated, yeah. It's fascinating, though. That's not something you ever think about, is that apparently we only see, I guess, in roughly 20 frames, or whatever the biological equivalent to frames per second would be. The organic camera. These guys love stony hens, if I remember right. Who likes the briar hens? Was that these guys? Yeah. All right. We'll go give the briar hens to these fellas. And we'll feed some of these rads because they need it. There we go. Movies are 24 frames, but it's 100% constant, so you grow accustomed to it and don't notice. But if you had side by side or it varied, you would absolutely notice. I guess that's why it's such a big deal that so many movie studios and stuff have started doing like 30 or 60 frames per second segments. Like when, if you guys saw The Hobbit movies, when they are on, when they're doing the barrel ride down the river and they switch to like a GoPro camera that's like 60 frames a second or whatever it is, and it looks super weird. I did add some new things to spend my stream points on. I'm slowly adding them. If you guys can come up with any good suggestions, I would love to hear them. Wait a second. Rad slimes. They like Oka Oka. Who likes the odd onions? Is that crystal slimes? It's crystal slimes. They like odd onions and heartbeats. Some places showed The Hobbit at 60 frames, which is funny because PC gamers are accustomed to games at 60 FPS, but not accustomed to live action content at that speed. Yeah, it was super jarring because I feel like it wasn't the whole movie at 60. I feel like it was just that segment that was at 60, which was the weirdest part. Like, I vividly remember watching it, and it's such a different feel and look. Hey, Shadow. How are you doing tonight, buddy? We're just gonna go sleep the rest of the night away. It's been a busy day at the ranch. All right, let's go grow another one of these mango trees so that way I can go feed the honey slime. Perfect. And now I will store all of these in here. So I think maybe to pass the time, we could try doing Ogden's thing with the weird nuts. Ow. Ah, they're so big. Yeah, the Kukadoba. Kukadoba. It sounds like Qdoba. And I really wish it were. So I know I'm supposed to throw stuff in there, but I haven't seen anything that I can throw in there. Like that one that just shattered looked like it might have been one, but that might be an old Kukadoba that's rotten or something. Pretty good. You were watching a show upstairs, but then had the added hassle of having to relog into your Twitch account after resetting a password a few days ago. Oh yeah, that happened to me when I was trying to stream the other day, when Twitch decided, hey, we're gonna reset your stream key, which I'm glad they did, but guys, I already did that. I already changed it. Making me do more work than I need to. They're like durians? Aren't durians actually super stinky? If I remember right? Or am I thinking of dragon fruit? Or are they kind of one and the same? As a chicken. Durians are super stinky? Okay, I thought I was thinking of the right thing. Excuse me? Oh, it's you. Please leave. They're tasteless. You know, I don't think I've ever tasted a dragon fruit. I wonder if it's different for each person. What am I supposed to throw in there? Oh, okay, so that's an open teleporter that I could take, but I'm not gonna, because I need to get more fruit. Ah, it's a lot of rock plort. Slime guys, saber rocks, rock saber plorts. Ow, ow, okay. I'll take that. Any more around here? No? Can I go through the waterfall? Haha, of course I can. There's always a secret behind the waterfall. Has anyone else tried a dragon fruit? I'm super curious if they truly do not have a flavor. Kind of like starfruit. Starfruit's very cool looking, but it doesn't really have much of a flavor in my opinion. Ow. Yeah, I'm getting some saber plorts to hold on to and make into some largos. I didn't have enough the last time I came through. I think I only got one. That could have been bad. You've had them, if you remember, it's kind of like a mild pear. Huh. Would not have expected a dragon fruit to be like a mild pear. They look like a royal pain to crack into, though. Oh, I was kind of expecting tasteless like starfruit. The few times I've had starfruit, they've been either like so mild or limited that it doesn't really have much of a flavor. Hey, Purple Sloth, do I have tips? Oh man, if you consider me a big streamer, do I have a surprise for you? But thank you. Tips for what? Tips for streaming? Tips for Slime Rancher? Is it cooked all the way through?
It's hot. Maybe not.
Uh-huh. Maybe go put them in for like 5 more minutes. Just because the bottoms are cooked doesn't mean the inside is. Ooh. I don't have one of these yet. I could actually use those. Gonna keep those. Hey, hey. I've worked hard. I could use it. For streaming, don't do it going into it thinking you're gonna make it a job. Do it if you enjoy entertaining others, if you enjoy talking to yourself, if you enjoy sounding crazy. But don't do it going into it thinking that you're gonna make tons of money like other people do. Yeah, talking to yourself like you're crazy. Because, I mean, you know, that's pretty much what I do. I sit here and I talk to myself until one of you guys is there to chat to, and then I chat with you, and so you disappear, and then I continue talking to myself. Yep, be crazy. Be crazy. Don't be afraid to do things a little bit different. Honestly, for most people... Hey, Mr. Glitch, thanks for the follow. For most people, they choose to follow streamers because of their personality and the way that the stream's set up. So you'll see people with, like, crazy intricate streams, like, oh, I can't remember his name, but he plays the drums. He plays the drums, and he has, like, a 26 or 36 camera setup that does, like, a bullet time all the way around his drum set, and it's super cool looking. But, I mean, obviously, you know, that's a lot of money, time, and effort put into making it cool. Yeah, do things your way. A good rule of thumb is if you see a need, meet that. If it's something that you would enjoy watching, there are other people out there that'll enjoy watching it too. Like I tend to keep my streams very low key because I'm not a big fan of all the flashy and screaming and that so many other people do. I'll watch a few people like that, but it's mostly for their personalities. Or the community, and much less the fact that they're crazy. But I'm not a big fan of the flashy stuff, so I don't watch the flashy stuff. Yeah, peep-ow. Peep-ow. How are you doing today, Mr. Glitched? It's good to see you. Oh, been doing all right myself. Thanks for the follow, Purple Sloth. I've got some cookies on the way, which I'm super excited about today. Finished a couple of recordings, editing and uploading some for the Tales of the Tavern that I'm doing on my YouTube channel. If you guys are interested in hearing scary ghost stories read to you for Halloween, that is the perfect place to go. They're classic ghost stories too, so they're a lot of fun. Glad to hear that you're doing good, though. Life can be crazy. You honestly like smaller streamers because it's a lot easier to know... interact with the streamer and have more fun. Honestly, that's one of the reasons why I stick with smaller streamers, too. I'll watch a couple of larger ones when I'm doing other things and not really needing to pay attention. Chilled Chaos is a guy that I watch a lot just because he's entertaining. Like, regardless, I find him entertaining. But I tend to watch and interact with smaller streamers because they're a lot more fun. Like my good buddy Goober Smooches, who's doing a playthrough of Outlast right now. If you guys want to watch someone get his pants scared off of him, you should definitely check him out. We'll probably rate him if he's still going at the end of the stream. I did know that Slime Rancher Soon is coming out. Or Slime Rancher 2 is coming out.
5,000.
Yep. 1,000 points for every minute. No, not yet. Shadow actually just said that he's got to save it to make you do that.
I have like...
Yeah, so anytime you want to come over and make yourself play... I did know that they'd eat anything. I did not know that they'd eat me. I haven't had one try to eat me yet, but that's terrifying. Those big, lovable pink slimes. Hey, Lauren! Eternal. I will take the phone. And I will set a timer. Thank you. Here's Lawrence also take over you. Down, play, and chat.
I feel like I should have done my hair. Oh, there's some planks too.
Oh, well, I guess I'll do those. Me off. Alright, have fun.
Hi!
Hi, Fran.
Oh my gosh. What is happening? He needs to... Oh no, this is the big one. Oh, I should not go in there. Hi, Bob. No, he is currently doing planks on the floor. Look at these babies. Look. Oh, he's unhappy. Press. Oops. Feed the... How does it... Why is it not feeding them? They're hungry. What's it? 7:23. On... Oh. 48?
Did it longer than I was supposed to.
Oh, look at the plorts.
I don't think they have an auto picker up if you want to try and get them.
Oh.
No, we can.
Hi, Fran. Here's the llama. I'm so bad at reading the texts and playing the game. How do I suck them up? What's in here? Nothing. Let's go kill all his chickens. Ooh! Oops. Ha! Alright, what are we doing? If I wanted to save the 5K, yeah, that's... I think he's smart about it. Well, I told him to make it expensive, because usually I'm not looking good enough for a stream, so... You have to spend a lot of money to see me. Look at all these fruits! But yeah, so it's expensive. What are we doing? What should I do here? What does he normally do? What is he? Oops. Dang. He has the grotto, right? Stuff. Haha. He do stuff. Look at all these things. What are they? Oka oka. I feel like I should do something exciting. Spend so much good money. What are these? Look at, they're so happy. Oh, look at him. Bloop. Oh my gosh. I don't want to suck up anymore. Stuff in things. What do I do with these? Just shoot them? Are the cookies done?
I don't know.
Are they good?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Running into these guys. Whoops, wow!
Where'd you get the Oka Oka?
From your garden.
Oh, wow.
I'm busy streaming. They're dry. Oh!
Sugar bite.
No.
Here.
I'm playing. Come with me. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh!
No, that one you just...
Dang, this thing's got some distance.
Yeah.
The noise these things make is kind of gross. They're plapping. Plap, plap, plap. Where am I going? You have a jetpack?
Yeah.
How do I?
Just double tap and hold.
I'm busy. I'm a professional.
Uh-huh.
Second. Look at they just fly out of the ground. Oh. Do you need these chickens? Oh.
Yeah, you can feed them to things.
What's over this way? Death.
More place to.
Oh, they're mad.
Yes, they are. You should feed them to chickens.
Ah.
Buy them.
Ah.
Pull in the water.
Today is not the day I die. That is next time I play.
Popcorn!
Hey, popcorn, pop, pop.
Thank you for the sub, Popcorn.
You came at a weird time. Popcorn.
Came at the time I was born.
Came at a time when I am just.
The tiny D12.
Weird. Huh. Oh, he's hungry. Oh, look at the babies. Look at that one riding that one.
Lauren, that's not PG. No, you need to
Look at him go.
That's against the service. You gotta look away.
Is this a glitch or is this supposed to be? He's very happy, but oh no. No, he's still going. Look at. They're best friends. He did the planks. He did them for 45 seconds on accident. What is this? A chickadee. Look at that guy. Come to Papa. Pew. Hi, buddy. Oh, look at how happy he is. Ooh. Apparently this is where baby cats are born.
Yeah, they're born right in the bush.
It's against terms of service. Look away. Oh, I've been streaming for more. What's that music? Why is Pokemon music suddenly playing?
Oh, it's because there's tar slimes.
Where?
Turn around.
Oh no.
Hit 5.
Oh, oh.
There you go. You got them all.
Did it.
Nice, they're Pokemon. Play.
They're still doing it. Look at. Bring it up, you two. Come on, this is
Suck
PG. No, they're having. Oh my god, they're so happy about it. Yeah, they did get. They're just a little, you know, a little stuck. They're.
Look at that one. He's so happy.
They're just so happy for their friends. Come on, come on, come on,
Cool
come
off.
on. Cool off.
Take a cold shower.
Take a cold shower. Okay, you can go back to stream.
Maybe I should change it to 10 minutes instead of 5.
Oh no. I feel like it's going to be a lot crazier when you're playing like Phasmophobia or something and I have to come in because
Oh, Lord. That would be a blast.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
He's bits?
Bits.
I accept those bits for myself.
I'm a little disappointed.
Ah!
69.
I'm gonna shoot an oka at them. Oh no! Oh no!
You fed him and you got off.
What is he? He's being. Why is he? He's just having the time of his life.
Yeah, please.
Oh no!
Don't feed the Mocha-Okas.
No. Oh, I shot fruit at him. And chickens? Oh.
I appreciate it either way, Popcorn. have a new goal to save for. Hostile takeover during Phasma. Alright, I'll have to set up another session with
Oops.
Uber Smooch.
Okay, I'm gonna give this back now. Here you go.
Yeah, it was just shy of 10 minutes. Take it back, Brine. Oh, Lord. Where am I? What are we even doing? So what did I miss? Also, thank you, Popcorn. Welcome back on your 9th adventure. Very glad to have you here. And push-ups. You feel nothing? Why do you feel nothing? I've already had like 3. Stop it. I don't need those. I need to do the push-ups. I need to do the push-ups, Lauren. No, don't put it on my mic. No, don't. That's No! Lauren threw a cookie on the floor, so I threw it back at her. Lauren? There's a giant chocolate mark on the door frame, guys. There's a giant chocolate mark on the door frame. Take a picture. It does look like a bug. I thought it was a roach for a second. And I was like, oh god. We got roaches. Lauren, are you gonna share your cookies with the stream? Lauren said she'll share. Cookies are delicious. Chocolate chip cookies, butterscotch cookies. I love me some cookies. Oh. You don't need any more dessert? You had pumpkin pie? Ooh, pumpkin pie. God, yeah. Just mail it to you? Okay. Mail order cookies? We can do that. Put them in a sealed bag. They'll last. What's horrifying? I don't know what to do with this. She's talking about getting food stuck in your tonsils or something. I don't know. Hey! Thank you, Popcorn, for gifting Shadow a sub. That's super kind of you. Welcome back, Shadow. Jeez. 115 subs? Popcorn, you are a mad lad. A generous mad lad. Thank you. How hard would it be to convince me to play Outlast? Probably not too hard. Horror games are always rough because I feel like I don't really get that scared with them. There's the anxiety, sure. But I don't get the jump scares like most people do. I don't scream. That's why people want to watch them. I could play it with Lauren. Lauren, do you want to play Outlast? She doesn't want to play it. It is like a lot. As long as Popcorn takes care of himself first, that's what matters. As long as Popcorn takes care of himself, then they can be as generous to whomever they wish. But you gotta make sure that you can still eat in junk. I would love to play a horror game with Lauren. I think that would be a lot of fun. Lauren, what if I played, but you sat here with me the whole time? What if I played, but you sat here with me the whole time? Because I don't get afraid. I don't get very afraid by those games.
Am I mixing up Outer Wilds with Outer Worlds?
I do the same thing. Outer Wilds is the kind of space exploration one, whereas Outer Worlds is the Bethesda one.
They're in space.
Yeah, but it's like an RPG versus a space exploration storytelling game. I think there can be scary parts to Outer Wilds. But Outlast is supposed to be scary. I mean, we watch scary movies together. It's not Bethesda? Bethesda would have butchered it? Oh, it was Obsidian, right? Obsidian did it? One of the Fallout games. Which both Bethesda and Obsidian have made Fallout games, which is why I keep getting them confused. Because I think the people who make up Obsidian used to work for Bethesda or something like that, if I remember right. Obsidian made Vegas. Cody, I eat chicken breasts like 7 times a week. We're doing okay until they run out of chicken. Fair enough. And you're not alone in that. Hey, thank you for the sub, Lauren. You know, if I could, I would give all my subs a big ol' smoocheroo for their subs. That face. I go to kiss her and she makes a face. Wow, I have so many plorts just waiting to be plorted. I was collecting mangoes so that way I could go feed the next Largo slime, so that way I could hopefully advance to the next place with keys. Popcorn. Thank you, Popcorn. Thank you for the 5 extra gifted subs. You are so kind. And welcome to everyone who just got one. Ooh, Vic and Jill and Ogast and Pixel. One day he'll kiss me, maybe. I don't know. I mean, Popcorn, if I ever meet you in person, I will at least give you a big ol' smoocheroo on the face. I'm gonna smooch that face so hard. I'll smooch you so hard. Ugh. Smooch that face. I'm gonna make your lady friend jealous. I'll even put on lipstick to do it. Lauren, do you own lipstick? I'm gonna need to borrow it. Just for popcorn. Follow the white rabbit, popcorn. Follow the white rabbit. Oh god, I forgot I did sit-ups. Hold my feet. Sit-ups.
Sit-ups.
Ready? Yep. Headphones on. Ugh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't punch me. 7, 8, 9, 10. How are you doing? 11?
50.
12, 13, 14, 14. There's so many! Kill them!
Oh. A single burpee, huh? Oh. This is hot. I'm wondering. Oh. All right. Also, I like how Popcorn's like, oh yeah, okay, you give me a smooch and I'll make you do a burpee. That's fair. Whew. So when I got my new graphics card and all that, it's water cooled. But the one thing they don't tell you is which way the fans are supposed to go. So I have no idea if it's blowing cold air out or pulling cold air in. Well, yeah, it's gonna. Computer's a hot thing. But still, like, most fan manufacturers will actually put, like, arrows for which way the wind's pushing. It doesn't really tell you on them, which is really aggravating. Alright, where is... I think he's over here, right? Maybe I need to go this way. But you know what? I would do a burpee for popcorn. Burpees for popcorn. Hey, Braz. You have missed the full gambit of exercises today. The side with supports is the exhaust side, as far as you've ever seen. I'll take a second look at that after stream tonight, maybe, or tomorrow. I guess I'm not doing anything tomorrow, huh? Are we doing anything tomorrow? Oh, yeah? What's tomorrow supposed to be? You could type. Ah, there he is. He's over there. 20 push-ups, 20 squats, 30-second plank, 15 sit-ups, and 15 leg raises. And the Scary Movie was pretty good. Come back, you. They dropped a chicken and a rooster. And a pink slime. Alright. So now... Now I can open up another door. Just once, I think. I think we've only done it once through. And we went and saw the original Scary Movie yesterday at the theater. I'm sorry, not Scary Movie, Scream. I don't know why I was thinking Scary Movie. Scary Movie's what? Oh. Wonder which door I should go to. I guess I only really have one. It's this one, huh? Let's go open that door up. See, I don't know my movies. I just know it was a movie that was supposed to be scary. Thus, Scary Movie. That's really straightforward, I tell you. Yeah, the 25th anniversary. So they showed it in theaters, and we went and got our spook on. And I ordered a small popcorn, and they gave me a large. I mean, a medium. I had to pay for it. But, you know. C'est la vie. Ooh, you got a new mouse? What'd you get? What's up with... Do you want pink plorts? I think he wants pink plorts. I think I need to feed him pink plorts. Oh, do I have to do like one of every kind of plort to get through here? I don't think I've ever made it this far in the game. That's neat. I like this puzzle. I'll solve your plort puzzle. Corsair M65 Ultimate. Ooh. I don't know, Shadow. I think Scary Movie and Scream are pretty similar. They're both scary movies. How do I get out of here again? It's a little smaller. Does it have adjustable weights and stuff on it? Is it that fancy? Still gotta figure out how to crack open those treasure pods. It's not wireless, and it does have adjustable weights. That's pretty cool. I've never had one with adjustable weights, but that's pretty spiffy. There's a 70.3 Ironman in Washington next year. Could be a possible goal. There's also one close to back home. You can't make that one. What is a 70.3? Is that a 70.3 kilometer? Mile? I don't remember what you want. And then he disappeared without another word. I wonder if they will eat gold plorts. Maybe they're silver plorts because they want to eat gold plorts. And then he waddled away. ABW, always be waddling. Alright, well, I've got tons of mint mangoes. Let's fill that up. I don't know what to do with these other honey slimes. I really don't need them. I just sucked them up to get them out of the way. Yeah, I would have figured that too, but he didn't drop anything when I shot him with mangoes. The dastardly dude. Does this not have a... It's not picking up those auto ones, huh? Alright, I gotta empty these out, because they are... Guess I'll buy that and that. Maybe I can get some more... I probably don't need that many. There we go. That'll be 6. I think 6 is probably good. We'll just get rid of the rest. We don't need those. Alright, let's sell some of these. 70.3 is the name for the half Ironman race. Oh. Which is a triathlon. That sounds like hell. Not gonna lie. You're welcome, testosterone. If there's one way I know how to get to your heart, it's with chicken. And well-cooked food. Did you send him a picture of what we made for dinner? We made Mexican food for dinner. It was like a Mexican stew, but not. It was Spanish rice, Mexican seasoned chicken, a can of fire-roasted tomatoes, black beans, and enchilada sauce. But it was basically just big and soupy, so I'm calling it a Mexican stew, and it's probably not. Chicken hearts sound disgusting, but a heart made from chicken breast sounds good. Sure. Oh, I can't put them back in there. What did you have for dinner, Test? Oh, you know what? I should turn those guys into hunter. What a hunter slimes eat? Do I know what a hunter slime eats? I still haven't seen a hunter slime in person yet. So I have no idea what a hunter slime eats. Leftovers. Fair. I mean, leftovers aren't bad thing. Every American is disgusted by the sound of it, but it's very tasty when done right over an open fire. Yeah, I wonder why we're very opposed to eating the innards of the organs and innards and extra bits of animals. Like, not a fan of liver, lung sounds gross. Like, monkey brain sounds weird. Right? What about a rad slime? Yeah, they like the Oka Okas. You love liver and sweetbreads? Disagree, Braz. Chicken hearts are gross. Hearts themselves are gross, too. Too tough. I mean, they're like solid muscle, right? I imagine they'd be very, very tough. But can it blend is the real question. Oh yeah, I need to go see if they have a ton of water plorts for me right now. Alright, Test, you have a good night, dude. Take care tomorrow, good luck. Be safe, enjoy watching YouTube on your phone or driving around. Excuse me, thank you. Love me instead of bless me. Look at the little duck. It's a good duck. I should just put a bunch of... Oh. How did you get down? Get back up there. I should just build some ponds here. These are puddle slimes. They're just hanging out in the net. Because they like it? Probably not. Stay inside, please. How did you all get down? Stay up there. There we go. Problem solved. You know, if old TV was anything to go by, it gave the impression that American families loved liver for some reason. I think that was just poor families. I think that was just one of the cuts of meat that no one wanted, so it was really inexpensive, and poor American families were able to afford it, and that's just what they showed on TV. And old people probably grew up with it. Well, that's what I'm saying, is the people that it was advertising to were the poor people, so they put the middle-class people eating it, making it seem like it was good. It's all marketing. My mom grew up on it, and she hated this stuff. Liver and onions. Gross. Alright, I'm just a few thousand away from being able to get the workshop. And there it is. I don't remember what I do at the workshop, but I know it's exciting. In Brazil, chicken feet is a thing? How do you eat chicken feet? Is it bone? Is it cartilage? Like, what exactly is chicken feet? You pickle it. Is there meat on chicken feet? Can't imagine there's a lot of meat on chicken feet if there is. Yeah, do you just like eat it whole? Do you prepare it? Do you cut like the toes off? It's like how some eat cow hooves, but isn't that just like keratin or something? Think you had gotten the workshop unlocked before you stopped playing? I think I unlocked it as well. But I don't remember what you do with it. Oh lord, that's a lot of boom slimes. They're eating. Yeah, they are. Look at all the chickens and food in there. Oh, they got food too? Oh no, they're out of food. Alright, I'll go get some Oka Oka for them. Hey, Flying Timbit. What's up? Sup, nerds? Is that what you were quoting? Guys, Lauren just called me a nerd. I'm feeling harassed. You're really touchy about eating odd parts of animals and never read the ingredients of energy drinks? I don't even eat or drink energy drinks. Problem solved. Huh? I'll feed them. I gotta wait for the Oka Oka to grow. It's getting there. But again, like, do you just pop the chicken foot in your mouth? Is it tender like meat, or is it hard like a vegetable? A raw vegetable? Soak a hot dog in some energy drink and make a radioactive slurry? Lauren, are you feeling okay? Changed your password with that breach last week and now you can't get your password manager to update so you can log in on mobile? Ooh. Do you do like super complex passwords or something? Yeah, they were used to like the marrow and stuff was used to flavor it if I remember right. There you go. They are now being fed. What password manager do you use? I use my brain and then I forget my password. That's the real way to do it. Name anything after you yet? Yeah. The flying fairy looking ones over here, these are Timbits. Or Whatsits now, I guess. Flying Whatsits. You use Zoho. Like, manage engine? Zoho desk? Zoho? I didn't know they had one. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna buy the laboratory. allows you to begin your career as an amateur, unlicensed slime scientist. A slimatist. The lab is an expansion to the ranch that houses a barn containing Hobson's old slime science workshop. Once unlocked, the lab will allow you to fabricate dozens of useful gadgets using slime science. Sliments. It is recommended that only more experienced ranchers unlock the lab, as slime science requires a great many resources and lots of new bucks to fully master. Well, I ain't got nothing else to spend it on really right now, so let's do it. Look at all the new things that I have available to me. A Novice Pump allows you to siphon underground resources. Novice Apiary allows you to collect resources from wild bees. I didn't know there were bees. Ooh, teleporters. Pink Warp Depot. Set of 2 gadgets that allow you to remotely transfer resources between 2 points. Oh, that's cool. A helper bot that can be programmed to buzz around your ranch and perform a variety of tasks? Yes. Zoho Vault. I have a feeling that's probably all a manage engine thing. Oh, this is so cool. Slime ball hoop. As a single slime passes through the hoop, what's your high score? Allows you to let other slimes know who is unequivocally the #1 slime. A pink slime lamp. Oh. Novice Gordo snare. Neat. All right, Timbit. Yeah, I hope you can too. I've definitely missed having you around, but I do appreciate you hanging out, even if you're just lurking, snoozing. It's always good to see you. You might have to go, your internet's not cooperating, still buffering at 1060p and can't even read any of the text. Gee, Shadow. My wrist hurts. I wonder if it popped out of socket or something. Oh, good, and now I have to do push-ups on a hurting wrist. Oh, and planks. Ah! It wasn't doing anything. So I'm trying to, like, push it into place. Well, as long as my wrist doesn't hurt, I can do the push-ups just fine, but it was hurting earlier. So we'll try. We'll try for you, Timbit. What's it? Flying. Mr. UFO. Alright, maybe I'll skip the push-ups, but I'll do the planks. I'll refund you those. That hurts. Yeah, Lauren and I went working out earlier today, and I think I might have hurt my wrist doing one of the weightlifting or something, because it hurts right in the joint of wrist to hand. I mean, it makes sense. It's not the reason, but it makes sense. Ooh. So I'm just gonna sit here and try to pop it back in its socket, I guess. I think it's out of socket. I built this lab after meeting a slime scientist and learning about the wonders of plort technology. I figured it would be fun to tinker with on rainy days. I only nearly blew myself up 3 times, which is pretty good given my tendency for that sort of thing in my other hobbies. But it soon became a reminder that I have a thirst for adventure, and being cooped up in a barn all day wasn't ever going to satisfy that thirst. Soon I began to set my sights for horizons beyond this ranch, and I got to thinking on it further still. Is that what they call what these days? I don't even remember what I said, to be honest. Oh, so I can put excess plorts in here. Okay, okay. Order to fabricate gadgets, you need resources in your refinery. Try shooting a plort into the refinery, but remember, any resources deposited into a refinery cannot be removed. Okay, learn more. Oh, wow. It's not right that a 1-page essay is only worth 5 points. I mean, it's only 1 page. It's not, I mean, essays always suck, but it's not a huge essay. Thankfully. I would love to just write 1-page essays. Using advanced technology, the refinery breaks down plorts and other resources to their molecular level, allowing them to be fabricated into various slime science gadgets. Aside from plorts, the bulk of resources you will use in slime science will be obtained from extractors. Be sure to choose what to deposit into the refinery wisely. Any resources you deposit cannot be removed from the refinery, but instead used only for building gadgets. Hmm. 10 points. Yeah, but 2 pages of reading to go with it. What class is this in? Because again, 2 pages doesn't sound... Or do you mean you have to read 2 pages and then write a 1-page essay? I guess that's not a lot of material. Not a lot of material to go off of. Pumps can find special resources in Dry Reef. Drills can find special resources in the Indigo Quarry. Apiaries can find them in the Moss Blanket, and all extractors can find special resources in the Glass Desert. Oh. Once placed on a build site, an extractor will begin working collecting resources from the environment over time. Once it is full of resources, an extractor can be emptied. The best extractors can repeat this cycle multiple times before they finally break down. So that's what that does, and it lasts a cycle. I guess I need to go get some pink plorts. Maybe I'll mix pink plorts with my phosphor plorts? Or phosphor guys? Yeah, I was just looking at the refinery. Come on. Ethics. Gotta read 2 chapters about conceal and carry on campus. You're allowed to conceal carry on campus? That's right, you are in Texas, huh? Yes, I see it. Please let me go. Oh, you want me to shoot a plort into there? No, you aren't? I thought you were in the south. Must have been mistaken. Oh, and you're not allowed to. Okay. You're in Missouri. Oh. I'll be honest, I don't know much about Missouri. But yes, our country is weird. I think those pink plorts. Only 4 states are allowed to open carry on a campus ground? That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, perfect. Wait. I don't need the pink slimes. I just need to feed these guys pink plorts. There we go. Perfect. 6 states. You gonna head out? You want to stay, but you'd rather not just sit looking at a massive blurring pixels for a buffering stream? I can't blame you, Shadow. I'm sorry you're having so much trouble. I don't know what's doing that for you. Yeah, I'll definitely get it checked out if it doesn't get any better. Kansas, Mississippi, Colorado, Wisconsin, and Oregon. Really? Oregon? That's surprising. And Utah. Utah kind of makes sense. T to toggle gadget mode. Oh. Wow, I can place a lot of stuff around here. Let's run this way. Oh, this is back down here. Okay. All right, well, let's update this with a plort collector, an auto feeder, and a music box. For whatever the next one I put down here is. You're having so much trouble concentrating on your reading? I mean, as much as I love having you here, would turning the stream off make it easier for you? Question mark? Or if me droning on in the background helps you concentrate, then stay. Just popping in for a sec to say hi. If you're still streaming in 2 to 3 hours, you'll be back. Well, hey, Pixel. I will be streaming for another 2 hours, roughly. About an hour and 40 minutes. I usually stop around the same time Dylan does. So if you're hanging out with him, tell him I said hi. Scare him once or twice for me. Ah, smart Waddles. Very smart. Alright, so you guys are pretty much upgraded. Let's upgrade. This is all the upgrades. My chickens have all the upgrades? High walls. I don't really have slimes around here. Get you the vitamizer, though. Well, maybe you should take 15, 30 minutes away from it. Come back to it in a little bit. Maybe go get a snack, some brain food, something like that. Give your head a little bit of a rest. That covers the basics of slime science. To learn more, check out the new slime science section of my Slimepedia. Oh, so that wasn't even there before. That's why I missed it. The new colors look great on night shift. Fantastic. Thanks, buddy. That's good to know. It's really hard for me to tell half the time because of my color deficiency, but that is good to know. Let's put you... you guys are so hard to keep in there. Stay. I just want your plort, please. Thank you. I wonder if they will eat. Can I put another one in there? You guys gonna be okay with that? Okay, as long as they have enough room, they're fine. That's good to know. It was due yesterday, which is why you're trying to get it done, but even though she takes points off late work, it seems to be the bare minimum, so long as it's within a few days. Well, that's a blessing right there. That, she'll at least still give you some points, even if it's late. I had some professors that were like, if it's late, you're getting nothing. Like, alright, well, I'm just not gonna do it then. Would it help to talk about it? Maybe, like, okay, what is the subject of your paper supposed to be? So many chimkins. Technically, it's a reading summary. Oh, of the 2 chapters? Right? I think you said it was 2 chapters. My god. That was a ton of chickens. I don't know what to do with these elder roostros, so I'm just gonna stick them in the back there. Oh, and an elder hen. She aged really quickly. There we go. Oh, look at all these chickens. All right, so I think the next thing I need to do is get plorts for that other place. For the big gate. 2 chapters. You're not retaining enough of it to be able to do the summary. What if you just took it like 1 chapter or section at a time? Instead of doing the whole thing at once, like do it in bites. I'm sure it has been a long week. I'm sorry, buddy. Wish I could do more to help. These guys will just eat everything. They're fine. Huh? It's a reading summary on ethics. I feel like Lauren just made a face that you would agree with. Is there a right or a wrong answer to what the author is arguing for, or is it just your interpretation of it? Casey, haha, it wasn't that bad. You just don't have the fortitude to make it as an artist, I guess. Beatrix LeBeau can climb a mountain before breakfast, but can't spend a few days in a, modestly accommodated, breaks down only half the time, vintage touring van. You are so miserable. I still laugh about it. But I really did appreciate it for those few days. It was great to have you in the crowd. Van still runs, by the way. Yes, that was a lie. The van literally caught on fire while we were driving it. It died like a Viking. Ooh, I can get a Roostro weather vane? Let's do it. A fence upgrade? Let's take this one at a time, shall we? Look at that weather vane. It's a good weather vane. Get that fence upgrade. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, look at that fence. Oh, that's a much nicer looking fence. It's like stone brick and everything. Right here. Then you've got to link it with the other reading from the chapter. Oh, there is an actual right answer? Ugh. That does not sound like a summary. That sounds like so much more than a summary. I feel like you're being cheated. Usually do one of those a week. Gross. You know, sometimes I go, I should go back to college. I should learn something new. I should finish pursuing my degree. And then other times like that, I think, no, I don't think I will. I envy those who do. Y'all are doing good work. But I do not miss college. What are those, dragon eggs? All I've done in your job is learn more stuff and do more courses. I wish I could do like a working degree where I work instead of having to do classwork, you know? Let's do Bob. Hello, chickens, okay? He wants a rooster, a briar hen, and 3 hens. Alright, I need a rooster. Who's got a spare rooster? Anyone got a rooster? There's my briar hen. I can't do the old roosters. You've been chewed for a speech outline this past week as well as your dog dying on top of doing a midterm, struggling with a programming assignment that you did at least get figured out, as well as a consistent public speaking quizzes. I am so sorry to hear about your dog. College is awful when they don't even take into consideration life events like that. Like, a little bit of a break is better than nothing at all. The Masters was fun for that, only 4 courses, all in the first year, and then focus on research after that. Also, they paid you to go to school. Gee, that sounds nice. Canadian. Lauren went, oh, what is he, military? Ah, there's a rooster. Thank you. Just your run-of-the-mill engineering? God. I wish IT were like that. IT is filled with so much BS in school. And a focus on certifications that no one else actually pays attention to. Great stuff. Great stuff. Good night. What? I'll refund it. If it's before 9. Lauren's going to bed. It's 8:30. She died while you were in the middle of doing your midterm. Your mom noticed she was dying while you were doing it and waited for you to finish. I didn't even cut a break when the semi drove through your fence. Jeez. It sounds like, I don't know, when I worked for a college, stuff like that you could take to either the Dean of Student Affairs or Dean of Academic Affairs, and usually they would try to help you get some kind of break cut. Wow. If you have that, oh, please tell me you have that in written correspondence. If you do, that's something that you should definitely give to the Dean of Academic Affairs. They live for that sort of thing. Because that's downright insulting your students is not how you're supposed to do college. I guess unless you're a tenured professor, then they get away with it because they're tenured. Stupid. It was the first outline. Oh my god, that's a terrible instructor. Yeah, I'd be reporting them left and right. I had a communications professor in college who was super condescending and did not know how to communicate, which was really ironic. I'm just saying you screwed up part of it with saying it's barely better than an accidental submittance. Saying that it's... Okay. When you're teaching, you can tell someone something is bad, but you need to give them constructive reasons as to why. And you don't say it so blatantly. It's not, this is garbage. You say, this can be improved by these things. That's how you do teaching. Get back in there. Do I not have music boxes? No, I do have music boxes. Okay. I wonder if I just need to get rid of one of these guys, because they'd be hopping all over the place. She's not great. It's her first semester teaching here too. Oh, shoot. If it's her first semester teaching... Oh, yeah, definitely take that to a dean or someone, because that's something that's got to get rectified. If it's her first semester and she's that awful, oof. Oof. You had an art teacher that openly said that art is a genetic thing. If you're not born with the talent, then give up. No matter how hard you practice, no matter how long, if you weren't born with it, you'll never get it. That is awful. How the heck are you even supposed to know if you were born with it? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Some people should never be teachers. But you know what they say? If you can't do, teach. So very clearly, they couldn't get anything in their field, so they had to resort to teaching. That's pretty much what it comes down to. She's not a new teacher, but first semester at your school in particular. She's an old lady, and you knew it was going to be bad the first day when she forgot to set up the Zoom room. Oh, no. Well, regardless of being a new teacher or not, just being new in general means she's not tenured and means that she can still get reprimanded for doing a bad job. That's the key part there. You think on his line of thought, the ones that were born with, or the kids, the ones born with the talent are kids who can get art down or start doing pretty good work when you're very young. Alright, we're gonna take these pink plorts, and we're gonna go see what we have to do with that slime. And where else we can go. Okay, so I know where that one is. Wait. It's that one over there? Yeah. I think that's the way I'm thinking. I don't know if I fully explored this. I feel like I have. I feel like I need to make my way back down there because I feel like I'm missing a ton of slimes. Like the kids coloring outside the lines versus the kids doodling pretty decent stuff. Still think he's wrong. He's 100% wrong. There are some, I mean, there are some skills that certain people just innately get. And those are, you know, inherent skills. But I would go so far as to say anything can be a learned skill. If it's something you really want to do and something you really want to get good at, you can learn how to do it. And the only thing stopping someone from learning how to do something is usually oneself or one circumstance. In the event of that guy, one circumstance would be the fact that he's a dinglebopper telling impressionable kids that they can't do art because they weren't born with it. They need someone who will encourage them. But then they also need the drive to do it, because art, like an instrument, you gotta practice, practice, practice. You'll look into it and figure out what to do. You have a screenshot, though? Good. Yeah, like I said, if you have an advisor or anything like that, go to your advisor, go to your... Oh, do I just need to get one plort of all of those? I don't have to feed it plorts. I have to put plorts in there. Okay. Go to your advisor. Go to your, like I said, your dean. Any one of those. So what is that? Boom, Rad, Tabby. I don't know what that one would be. Rock and Crystal. Or Phosphor? Oh, Honey, maybe. I think it's technically illegal for them to do that, and they can get fired if they try to punish you for doing something like that. I mean, that doesn't mean it won't stop them, and that might be a good idea to wait. But also, you don't want to wait too long, because sometimes if you wait too long, they won't do anything about it, you know? Because if I remember right, retaliation from someone reporting a teacher for poor conduct goes against, I want to say, well, it might not apply. I think it's Title IX that does that, but Title IX is a discriminatory thing, so I'm not sure how that works. I don't know if it's a first-time teacher and... Oh. Hey, Lauren? Are you on the Wi-Fi? What was I saying? Oh, they're less invested in a first-year teacher than they would be in someone who's been there longer. That's all. Yeah, might not hurt to wait till the end. And get as much information as you can. And anytime you're faced with a situation, make sure you're always polite and, you know, all that sort of stuff toward it. So that way it reflects good on you, and their poor conduct will get them more in trouble. Kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. Okay, so... I think it's definitely a rat. We can only carry 4 at a time, so... A rat and a boom. So we will get 1 boom, 1 rad. Also, if you know of any other students that are having trouble, get them... I think it was a tabby. Get them to report them too. Honey. Politeness is always the way, no matter how much you may be seething on the inside. Exactly. That is precisely the way to do it. You can be polite without being submissive or docile. It's all a matter of how you word things, you say things, and you do things. I had an awful coworker once who was constantly nasty, and oh, what just happened? And we tried reporting him to HR so many times, and some of my coworkers who were mean got reprimanded for being mean to this guy who was also being mean. So what ended up happening was one new manager just had to like keep tabs on him religiously for like 3 or 4 months to finally get him fired. And I quit like 2 days later. It was great. For a public speaking class, a total of 5 speeches seems odd. I suppose, but also at the same time, not necessarily. There's a lot to learn when it comes to public speaking, and then getting the practice with it. Do you think that's honey? Yeah! Alright, so we got honey. What's that one? That one's not one. That one's not one that I have. This one looks like it could be rad. Yes. Ah! Makes noises. That's so cute. Is this one red? No, that one's pink. Got the honey one. Tabby? Yeah, okay, okay. You're really not practicing either, just quizzes until the speech, maybe an occasional discussion board. Yeah. Well, sounds easy, fortunately. Oh, get up there. That's not something. Am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, I honestly skipped my public speaking class just because I felt like I was okay enough at it. I was doing a lot of presentations for my job at school. Where am I missing some of these? And that's when I did communications instead. Here it is. Okay, so I'm missing those two. Oh, which I wish I could see colors better. I want to say that's rock and crystal. I feel like those two make the most sense. Would you think that's rock and crystal plorts? Alright, Waddles. Well, thanks for hanging out, my dude. You have a good night. Take care of yourself. You know, give your brain a good rest. We will see you on the next adventure, my dude. I think that's rock and crystal. I'm gonna go grab rock and crystal. And that is when it's appropriate to say it. You know, that would make sense that it were rock and crystal if the rock one filters out into that gate like I think it does. So how are you doing tonight, Braz? Hanging in there okay? Wonder what's that way, where that bridge went. So much to learn. So that's still back to Ogden. I forget what Ogden said he gave me. I think it was like a growing upgrade? Like a crop growing upgrade? Which might actually be nice to try and get. Maybe we'll try and do that after I do the rock and the crystal plort. I don't quite remember where I'm supposed to go or what I'm supposed to do. I remember having hunter plorts by this time already. don't really have anything else to mix with them right now. Because I have pink and phosphor, rock and crystal, tabby and honey, rad and boom, and then just puddle and saber slime and gold slime. Alright, let's go see if this finishes the big door. And where the big door takes me. And then I guess maybe we'll start dumping plorts and stuff into... Maybe I should just grab some pink ones? And mix them with, like, the hunter and the feral? Or hunter and the saber? Because, I mean, they're just so plentiful. Probably wouldn't hurt. I wonder if I can mix a water one. Oh, no, wait, no, they don't eat plorts. They just swim. They swim and generate plorts. That's all they do. I remember their informational section mentioning that. Hey, we got a puddle plort just in case, I guess. What's in here? It's just a little cave, huh? Nothing important? Alright. 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 Grove of... let's try rock. Did I miss? Alright, so it's not rock. Crystal? Not crystal. Puddle. It's not puddle. That's rock. Are you sure you're not crystal? Are you sure you're not puddle? What would you be? Maybe hunter? Or phosphor. I didn't grab any phosphor. I don't think. Did I? Because I did rad, boom, honey, and tabby. Oh, I'm dumb. It's a it's a phosphor slime. Look at it. Oh. Yeah, and that one's honey. Oh, okay, all the slimes look like they're... That makes sense. Okay. I was overthinking it. Any phosphor slimes around here by chance? Perfect. Now I don't have to run all the way back. I didn't realize that the slimes just looked like their actual phosphor, so that way it was easier to tell which one you needed. Alright, door. What are you gonna do? You're singing! Oh, that was lovely. Thank you! Into the past. All that is lost is eventually found, and lost once more. Hidden behind a vast mountain range, the ancient ruins stand as one of the few known unnatural structures on the far, far range. Their origin remains a mystery, as do the strange occurrences that happen within. Home to quantum slimes that seem to express many other possible realities of their being, and phase lemon trees that do not remain in one time or place for very long. The ancient ruins defy logic and expectation. Only one thing is certain about the ancient ruins. Within its deepest chambers lies its greatest secret. What is this? Is this the lemon tree? What? All right, that door opens, and there's a rooster. A green echo, a mode of light, or perhaps a memory? Unique, not slime food. Within the crumbling walls of the ancient ruin, small traces of energy can be found, never staying in one place for very long. Called echoes, they are believed to be a phenomena resulting from some kind of ancient event. Since they are harmless, echoes are often collected by ranchers as good luck charms or used as decorations. Echoes appear regularly in the nooks and crannies of the ancient ruins, as well as from extractors. Echoes can be used as decorations. Simply vac them up and shoot them anywhere you want. They'll hover in that spot until you vac them up again. Hello, Slimeroos. Oh, a gold echo. And trees that both exist and do not exist at the same time. Crazy. What even is this place? Oh, it's a box. With just a ton of money and a piece of fruit in it. What was that? Are you okay? Pink quantum largo. Fascinating, aren't they? Who do you think constructed these ancient ruins, and for what purpose? I'd visit this place and ponder that question often. Only one thing is for certain, these folks like slimes. Eventually I came to realize that what this place was for and how to utilize it. Will you do the same? I don't know. Am I gonna find quantum slime plorts? What? He just disappeared. He just straight up disappeared. A red echo. Let's get rid of these plorts. That's just a carrot. Give me green echo. The tempo of this place keeps changing. Oh. I need you. I can't suck up a quantum largo? Oh wait, that's a quantum slime. Slime that really shows its potential. Oh, okay. Alright, I found quantum slimes. I don't know what to do with them yet, but I found them. I don't know why I thought it was just a rad slime. Look at this guy over here. He's a quantum slime. What's his favorite food? How far down the list is he? I'm missing something. Phase lemon. Quantum slimes appear to have resulted from some sort of event that took place in the ancient ruins long ago. At all times, the quantum slime is capable of emitting other possible realities of their being, called ghosts. These other realities can come true, with the quantum slime aligning with the reality of the ghost, effectively teleporting. Quantum slimes can be one of the most difficult slimes to manage given their unique abilities. A rancher needs to learn to detect when quantum slimes are primed to take over the reality of a ghost and act quickly. such as feeding them or just splashing them with some fresh water as a temporary measure. Quantum plorts are believed by many to hold the secret to infinite resources, given the quantum slime's ability to change reality. It's theorized that unlocking the potential of quantum plorts could allow for a technology that converges the realities of other entities into our reality, and, well, basically we're talking about cloning stuff. Infinite energy, chickens, whatever. Probably no harmful side effects to this at all. This is amazing. I love it. No lemons, though. And still no way to unlock those treasure pods yet. Okay, well. Guess we'll just... Oh. I closed that door and opened... these doors? Oh, there's another quantum slime. I'll take you, good sir. Thank you. Now I just need to find your lemons. Oh, look at all the echoes. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna put these echoes around. Till I can find a lemon tree. Man, everyone's sleeping on the slime lore, I tell you what. I mean, we're coming up with some cool new stuff here. Oh yeah, look at all this. Look at these cool places. I don't even know how I got here, but we're here. I only need 6 of these guys. But I will take your quantum plorts. Okay, so they're just eating normal fruit? But what about my phase lemons? My flemons? I need some flemons over here, guys. Wow. Quantum slimes are so cool. Hey, I finally got the map. Alright, and there's a teleporter back home. So that's good to know. Is that everything? But I don't have what that is, whatever that is. Where even am I right now? What am I doing? What am I looking at? I swear every time I turn around, things get new. Nope, still no phase lemons. Flemons. That's all I need, ladies and gents, are just some flemons. I don't know if I can even grow flemons. Can I see them? I'm missing something, missing a bunch there. Yeah, I'm missing a ton of resources. I wonder if that's stuff that I get for resource extracting. Did I make my way back? Oh, I have made my way back. Oh. I opened up that door. Oh, I see lemons on this one. How do I bring you into the present so that way I can pick up a flemon? How do you work? Do I have to find a phased-in flemon? Oh, it just teleported. Alright, I see this boom Gordo. But how... How do I get in? Okay. Do I have to jump in from the side there? I don't have enough to feed the boom Gordo. I don't know what that did for me. Oh, it's just a shortcut, right? Oh, and he eats meat. Oh, I gotta get chickens. I gotta get a bunch of chickens. Okay, well, at least I found a Gordo. Wow. Look at all these phase slimes. Or quantum slimes. You know, I was just thinking maybe I should do quantum hunters. Maybe I should do quantum pinks. That way they don't get any extra special buffs. They're just as dormant as possible. I think that's probably the solidest of ideas that I've had. And I'll do like phosphor hunters or something. Where even am I right now? I have no idea. Can go up there apparently? I don't know how. In here? Just leads to nowhere. Any lemons, guys? Is that a flim? Oh no, that's just a teleporter. Okay, well, what's over here? Another key. So I need a slime key. All right, well, I guess we'll head back home, and we'll, decorate a little bit. How much are quantum? 82. They're worth a good bit. I'm not worried about cash right now, though. So let's suck all this up. Perfect. And let's see if I can keep them in here. I need to get an auto feeder. And they like fruit, so I just need to get them some fruit. Oh, they're already trying to escape. Quit trying to escape. I'm gonna get your fruit. Y'all like mangoes, right? Boy, howdy, have I got a lot of mangoes for you. So I can get those phase lemons. The Flemons. I'm gonna have such a terrible time with these quantum guys. I can just see it now. Alright, maybe we will try and do the rest of Ogden's thing. Do I have any other fruit? Is Oka Oka a fruit or a vegetable? It's a veggie. Okay. I do have a ton of mint mangoes, though. So let's just get a bunch of mint mangoes. And put those in the rad slimes cage. Please don't leave. Alright. So let's grab all these rad slime plorts. Let's pick up that extra heart module and we'll sell all of these. And then we'll go buy some stuff. We'll go buy some stuff here at the lab, because I feel like that's gonna be part of the next bit, is buying stuff here at the lab. So let's... Wait, do I just buy it or do I learn how to make it? 'Cause I already have a Novice Pump, don't I? No, I have the Novice Drill. Okay, yeah, so let's buy the Novice Pump, the Novice Apiary, let's buy the Teleporter, the Warp, Drone, I don't care about that one. That might become an issue, so having one of those will be good. The Snare, might as well just buy all, maybe not that one. We'll buy that. I don't think we need the stage or the slime ball hoop just yet. Tons of plorts we have yet to discover. So I need rad and rock plorts and tabby and bloom ports. Or boom plorts. For these. What is it? T? Oh, and I have to go up this stuff to learn how to build it. That's right. Utilities, warps, decorations, curios. Really? I can't build anything there? That's very weird. Stop it, guys. You've got plenty of food. Quit thinking about teleporting around. That's not how this works. I need more water. Maybe I shouldn't have gone with 20. Maybe 20 is a little much. Maybe I should downsize. Wish I could get an auto plort collector for these fellas. Oh no! Get back here. Okay, so we're making some good progress, I think. So these water plorts. Yeah, so I'm missing fire. I don't know what that is. Or that, or that. Those are the 4 that I'm missing. What more can I buy? Path upgrade. How does my path look right now? It looks okay. And if I buy the path upgrade... Oh yeah, that's a fancy path right there. I can dig that. So as long as you stay in there and you're happy, you guys are good. Pull out some more mint mangoes. Really don't want them leaving. I mean, look at that guy. He's trying to teleport up there. There is plenty of food. You guys can just stay in your building. Alright, let's see what Ogden has. We have 49 out of 75, and then we get... Saber slimes have an odd habit of bundling them up in mud balls that look like hardened stone. I haven't even seen the mud balls yet, but I want to. Ah, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, that's a mud ball. Oh, and they drop tons. That's nice. Got any other mud balls for me? Sure don't look like it. What about Kukadoba fruits? There's one. Leave me alone. I don't want you. I want your fruits. I will take your plorts, though. You know, I was just starting to think, like, I rarely ever saw these things. But I guess I just wasn't looking hard enough. Cool. I did get a considerable amount, though, the last time I came through here, even without finding those mud balls. Up. Yeah. There we go. Yo, any more mud balls for me, guys? No, but plenty of Kukadoba fruits. I am absolutely loving this, though. This is a fun little mini game. A little tedious, but at least it's not a lot. There's not a ton of things that it wants you to do or places that it really wants you to go. Very well balanced. 10 out of 10 would do again. Ow. Go eat that chicken. Well, good. I'm glad I can just get rid of these guys by chucking them off the edge. It does make life very easy. All things considered. Alright, any more mud balls? I feel like every time I talk about the mud balls, I kind of speak them into existence. If that chicken's alive, I imagine I can be alive here, huh? Mud balls? Mud balls, anyone? Yeah, mud balls. This guy knows what I'm talking about, and I missed. Think I got them all? Think I got them all. I don't need you, stony chick. But I do need you, box. Give me them sweet, sweet free Z coins. Mud balls. Mud balls, anyone? Mud balls? My life for a mud ball? I think I have enough. I was at 49 before, out of 75. So this should be plenty. Oh, I see you. Guess this is the closest one. 46. Let's see if we can leave here with a full stack of 50. Actually, I don't even know where a teleporter out of here was. I should have paid a little closer attention to that. Certainly not there. $7, 48. Mud balls? I guess I don't really need a mud ball, I just need to find a couple more plants. We're gonna end up spending the rest of the time here just trying to figure out how to get out. My balls. My balls. Not that one. At least he ate the chicken. Oh, here's one. 49. Hey, Jack the Big. Welcome to the Squires. It's good to have you. Hopefully you've been enjoying. Alright, there's my 50th, and here's the teleporter. Beautiful. Thanks so much for all those cucadobas. You're off to a great start. The miracle mix I developed for my own crops is now available in your garden upgrades. Miracle Mix prevents fruits and veggies from rotting, and don't worry, I make it with all natural materials. Good, healthy stuff. But I didn't always think this way. I used to run a huge company on Earth that made insta-food. Quick, cheap meals made of nothing but chemicals and preservatives. We made billions, but we weren't making real food. Instead, our food engineers worked to design products. It wasn't right. So I came to the far, far range to grow my own wholesome food with my 2 hands. I wanted to leave my life on Earth behind. But enough about that. On to more cucadobas. If you get me a bunch more, I'll give you these specs for a deluxe upgrade for your gardens. Get to it, Beatrix. I've got a new recipe here and I need loads of cucadoba to get it just right. Oh god, 120? Well, good to know that I can get some more garden upgrades. Let's go take a look at those. Miracle Mix. Special mix greatly increases the time it takes for ripe fruits and veggies to rot so long as they are touching the garden soil. Yeah. Yeah, I'm 100% down for that. I will spend the big bucks there. That next upgrade looks like it's gonna be real good though. An expansion on them? I guess letting me have more room for plants? I mean, that sounds right up my alley. I'm 100% down for that. Alright, so Hunter Plorts. Where'd you go? Saber Plorts. And Spicy Tofu, which can be fed by anything. You guys doing okay in there? Yeah, they seem to be fine. How you guys doing? Plenty of honey. I think that's all I can really do for really money right now. I mean, I'll sell some plorts here and there, but I think the rest of this I'm gonna start feeding into the extractor. Or the refinery, whatever it is. I mean, that just seems like the next best thing to do. Unless I really want to get all those membership levels, but I don't know about that. Maybe I should focus on getting the garden upgrades, because that would really let me grow a lot more stuff. Which would keep me swimming in all these plorts. Alright, so now I need my rad, boom, phosphor, and pink plorts. Did I miss one? I did. There we go. Because you take the heartbeats, and I think 100 is full. Oh wow, this was almost full too. Glad I came over here when I did. Let's get the 50 phosphor. And they've got plenty of pinks for me too. What is that? 3, 4, 5, 6? Oh, it's because this one's getting away. So is that one. That should be all 20. Let's just make sure you guys stop that. How you doing on food? Doing fine on food. Alright, I might have to get rid of some of these quantum slimes. I wonder if I can throw them in the refinery. Collected way more than I should have. Nope. Nope. Sure can't refine the slimes themselves. Oh, now I got a whole bunch of quantum slimes loose. Okay, good. Good. We're just gonna... They're gonna be way more trouble than they're worth. Really? Do I have 5 over here? I do. I've got 4 there and 1 there. Nice. Okay. 5 plots. What to do with all these plots? How'd you get over there? Oh, right. I was gonna turn you into a boom plort. So that is 6 now. I guess we'll take what we can from these fellas. They're very happy. They're not producing much, but they're very happy. Maybe I'll put another rad slime over here. Where did that plort go? Ow. Where did that plort go? Oh, there it is. Alright, you eat that. No, you eat... Gosh darn it, eat this plort. Thank you. That's all that I wanted. Now you can eat those chickens. Oh, those are just normal boxes. They're not breakable boxes. Alright, what can I fabricate? Ooh, I could make some drills. I wonder if I can make one of each. Onward to science. Do I pick it up, or does it just, like, appear in my inventory? How does this... Oh, I just have one. Can I then fabricate these as well? I can. Okay. So if I remember right, the extractors find a special resource in the dry reef. Where's the dry reef? That's the indigo quarry, and apiaries in the moss blanket. So that's the quarry. Is this the dry reef? Yes, okay, so this is the dry reef. So I can put a drill there, right? Right, it was drills here. Oh boy, I bet I just messed that up. I did. Pumps in the dry reef. I don't want to demolish it. I don't know if it'll do anything. So let's put the pump here. I guess let's go make another drill to put in the quarry. Just see what that does. Because I have no idea what these do. Fabricate me a drill, please. And why not another pump? Just to have it. So I know the quarry is this way. Need to get me some hunters. Just need to find some normal things to mix with them. Maybe I will do hunter phosphor. Seems like it might be a good combination. Right, I am in the quarry, right? No, this is technically the slime sea. Okay. keep going then. How about now? Is this the quarry? This is considered the dry reef. Ow. Oh, I see why it's the dry reef, because it's around the back end. Ah, that makes sense. So that's not actually the quarry. And I don't know how I get back where I came from. Seems like it would be right over there. Is this it? Is this it? Well, that was a whole lot of running around for turning back up literally where I started. Good job. Alright, so this will be the quarry. Put it down in the first place that I can once inside. Indigo Quarry. Alright. Now we put a drill. And then the other one is the mossy place. So we'll go there. They say they only last for a cycle. I wonder if I have to pull stuff out of them. Treasure Cracker allows you to bypass the locks on basic treasure pods. Oh, finally! Was wondering how I would get that. Oh, that means next stream I can actually go around and find the treasure pods that I've been missing. Oh, there's a lot of places to put down, extractors. Really gonna start industrializing this place. Bracking it for all its resources. Crazy. And down we go. Alright, first place. Apiary. Lasts a cycle. I thought hunters were out here, but maybe I'm just missing them. Maybe they're further along. Maybe they're up there. Let's go take a look real quick. See if I can find some of these hunter slimes. Could have sworn that they just randomly spawn. I mean, I know they sit around mushrooms. And I'm pretty sure there's more of a mushroom area over here. I mean, look at these things. These are just giant mushrooms. So I think this is where... There he is, a hunter slime. Wow, that guy was incredibly difficult to find. Could have sworn I've been through here quite a few times. Any other hunter slimes? Did we finally find the guys that we've been trying for? Yeah, I think I will do hunter phosphor slimes. That just seems to make the most sense. I highly advise you have a jetpack and a few upgrades before tackling what's ahead. The land is all broken and twisted, and there's plenty of feral slimes about who won't see you coming before they blast you right into the sea. Keep those peepers peeled. I don't even know how I made it over here other than kind of cheating. So there's feral slimes, honey hunter largo. Oh, they're so cute. They're like giant honey raccoons. Hunter booms. Ooh, mint mangoes. Spawning in their natural habitat. Hello, hello. Oh, that's a chicken. Hey, you guys want those chickens? There you go. I don't know what I'm supposed to be discovering over here. Ow. Quit taking crunches out of me. Maybe I'm supposed to go over there. Definitely looks like the back end of something to explore. Some pseudo-ancient ruins kind of looking place. Tabby slimes, pink slimes, tabby and pink slimes, and a treasure pod. Oh, there's my teleporter home. Huh. I guess that's about it over here, huh? More honey, booms, puddles, and mangoes. All right. Well, let's get back home. Collect all these mangoes, so that way I can feed them to my hungry quantum slimes. And keep them from teleporting around. Did I miss any? Doesn't look like it. Hey, how you guys doing? You hungry? You are a little hungry. Maybe I will up this a little bit. We'll give you some food. How you guys doing? Wow, you were getting low on the mangoes. Should really get something else. That way I can still feed my honey slimes. Alright, and let's put hunter slimes in there. And I think I am gonna mix them with those phosphor guys. That way I can just feed them Q berries and get both. I need to get the miracle mix for this. So that way I don't lose a whole bunch of veg. And I need to buy it for this one too. Oka grows like crazy. Look at that, 49. What are you guys doing over here? Let's just load you up on that Oka. Make sure you guys don't go starving. Did I upgrade this one already? I did. That one's fully upgraded. Yep, they're just invisible. Okay. The only people who really want carrots are those guys. So once I get... Wow, I'm gonna hold a lot of carrots in here. Once I max out those carrots, I think I'll be fine. I'm not really feeding anything odd onions either. Maybe I'll stop growing odd onions and start growing another fruit. Allows you to bypass the locks on basic treasure pods. Thank God. Hi, B. Do you remember New Year's Eve when we were looking for that party? While we were wandering around the city, lost, I got my bearings and didn't tell you because I knew we were close to that coffee shop run by the tyrant. And since it was starting to rain, I thought it would be really romantic to stumble across the place again. I guess I finally found the courage. The coffee shop went out of business, and it was a taco place now. So we ate tacos in the rain, and it was just the best thing. We were on the roof of your old apartment, hoping to see the fireworks. I was gonna tell you something then, but that's when you told me about Africa. It sounded like an amazing trip. I'm really happy you were doing what you love to do. Casey. Porch upgrade. Alright, so before we call it for the night, because we're just about there, let's go check on the pump and the drill. Jellystone? And slime fossil. I like that they just dance. Primordial oil in deep brine? If history could smile, it would look like this. Oh, that's cute. It's a smiling fossil. Slime fossils are an uncommon resource obtained with a drill. Prized for the ancient minerals they contain, slime fossils are like nature capturing a moment in time. Specifically, that moment seems to be when a great avalanche or mudslide occurred when a slime was totally cool with it. Deposit slimes into the lab's refinery where they can be used for fabricating slime science gadgets. It's both solid and squishy at the same time. Jellystone is a common resource obtained with the drill. It's a semi-hardened mixture of minerals and slime, possibly resulting from plort sinking back into the earth below. Because of its softer texture, it's a favorite stone for sculptors. Posit Jellystone for the same thing. What about... Oh, it's just popping up late. So, oil is with a pump. The stuff is prehistoric. Found deep below the surface of the far range, primordial oil is an ancient substance containing a wide array of organic compounds, making it perfect as a base for many slime science creations. Not safe for drinking. Deep brine is thought to be water from the slime sea that has been filtered by the subterranean coral of the dry reef. It is significantly denser than fresh water and loaded with salt. Salt of the earth kind of stuff. All right. You guys behave over there. No teleporting out now. All right, I'm full. All right, let's go dump this stuff in, and I guess see what's available to create? If I can buy anything else? Yeah, so that must be where all the resources are going to be coming from. Not plorts, but digging places. Oh, and all these require pink plorts. So I should probably get a pink plort farm going. That makes sense. Maybe just have a bunch of pink guys out there with carrots. How's slime science? Slimence is going very well. Yes, Toka? I know, Mommy locked the door on you, huh? We have discovered drills and pumps. Sounds slimin'. It's pretty freaking cool. We also have quantum slimes. We collected some quantum slimes. But I have discovered that apparently I'm going to need an abundance of pink plorts. So I'm gonna have to start another ranch with a bunch of pink plorts, and I think, wow, that's so many. I probably don't need this many, but I'm gonna go ham. God, they just keep coming. Okay, this is ridiculous. That's so many. You saw me get the quantums? Ah, they're so neat. I love them. They're so fancy looking. Alright, so we're going to, on this side, do a corral with an air net, high walls, the music box, and I'm out of... Okay. So we'll just put a whole bunch of you in here. And throw in a bunch of food. Eat up, guys. And then we're gonna go need to sell some stuff and get that pink plort farm going. Because you need pink plorts for like everything. It's crazy. Who'd have thought that the most basic slime that you would neglect throughout the entire game was one that you needed the most? So let's sell some stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of carrots. I'm probably gonna grow 2 farms with odd onions, because they'll eat anything, and they don't really have a favorite food. So as long as I just feed them a bunch of stuff, and odd onions give me a bunch of food, I think we'll be okay. They'll give me onions and carrots, and I'll just grow it there. It'll be perfect. Yeah, it was real dastardly of them, the way that they decided to do that. Alright, let's go sell these. They made you think, pink plorts aren't worth it. Totally worth it. Oh, you guys are all out of food. Here, I'll give you some more. Have some mangoes. Let's get all these rock plorts. And phosphor plorts. And all these pink plorts before I really run out of room. Oh yeah, tons to collect. So much to collect in so little time. And then I need to get those odd onions. Because that's what I'm gonna fill the 2 gardens with out here. So I'm gonna make that garden and that garden. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That's a corral. Well, that was a waste of money. Nutrient soil, sprinkler, and miracle mix. And let's upgrade this with the plort collector and auto feeder before I start upgrading this one. So this one, we definitely want the maximum harvest and that, and then we don't want it perfect. Probably gonna need that, huh? See, this is perfect. We're gonna have just a plethora of pink. And we can feed them with odd onions and carrots. And now we can make more drills and pumps and apiaries. It's gonna be great. I think I get more carrots out of this than I do odd onions. I mean, honestly, I could probably just grow oka fruit because I seem to get a ton of that whenever I'm not paying attention. What am I gonna make next? You know, I'm not 100% sure. I think I'm gonna go down the slimes and slime science method range, whatever, first, and start doing stuff here. Because there's so much to get and so much to learn. But I also did just get the treasure pod cracker. So I can get the basic level treasure pods unlocked now, which I'm not sure how that works, but we'll find out. And I have one more thing to get, or at least one extra thing to get with Ogden, which I think makes my, I think it makes my gardens and stuff harvest more, or allows me to grow like extra trees or something inside them, which is very exciting. So I'm gonna have to go Kukudoba hunting. Are you all in here? Yes, all 6 are in there. I'm gonna have to go Kukudoba hunting again and get 120 for the next one, Because it gave me the first upgrade, which makes it to where stuff doesn't decay if it's touching the soil, or doesn't decay quite as fast. The best-selling plute on the market right now is still the golden one, but second to that, I think might be the quantum one. They're all very close. I do not have a golden. I don't think you can actually capture the goldens. Oh, gosh darn it. It swapped them on me, and I wasn't expecting that. I think the only thing you can do with the goldens is try to shoot stuff at them to feed them to drop golden plorts. But I don't think you can, I don't think you can capture them. You might be able to mix them with another plort, or another slime. Oh wow, actually, Hunter is pretty high right now. I didn't notice that. I should go get some phosphors. I think I only got 3 or 4. Nah, I'll figure that out myself when I find another another golden slime. I don't remember if I sold the one that I had. There we go. So now those guys will eat fruit and meat. Which admittedly, now that I have that other one growing those onions, yeah, the onions. Let's change that to, I guess, a mango. I feel like I have a lot of things eating mangoes. No, wait, it's Q-berries. They like Q-berries the most. So I want to feed them Q-berries to get double the plorts. So, remove crops, and give me a Q-berry tree. I will take solace in that. That is true. And we'll just give this extra mint mango to that guy. Because these guys still have 67. And they're going very quickly. Yeah. I think we're probably good. Because now I have a lot of pink plorts coming my way. I've got the huge pink plort farm, and then I've got this pink plort farm. Which I guess with the extra, I can always throw in another type of plort that I might want. Maybe something easy to grow. Yeah, I believe there is a Slime Rancher 2 coming out. I don't know how close to end of development it is, but there definitely is one. Wow. So many plorts. I'm gonna need a lot more farms, I think. Oh, new blueprint available. A blue teleporter and a gray teleporter and a blue warp depot and a gray warp depot. Let's see if I can buy... I don't think I'll have enough to buy all of them. Nope, just short. But how... Oh, okay, I see. A helper bot that can be programmed to buzz around your ranch and perform a variety of tasks. This might be handy to have. A hexacomb. Oh, I don't have any of that yet. Strange diamond? I'm gonna have a lot of farming to do. Oh, I can open this pod. What does it give me? All right, they're getting me started with deep brine hexacombs and strange diamonds. That's pretty cool. A blue slime lamp, look at him. Oh. I'm gonna have so much stuff to build. So much stuff. Bee stuff and geometry, the chocolate and peanut butter of nature. Incredible. So it is obtained with the apiary. Hexacomb is the result of bees arranging buzz wax into complex patterns to store their honey and eggs. Why the hexagonal shape? Bees understand that the hexagon is the shape of the future. Bees were sci-fi before it was cool. Strange diamond, obtained with a drill. Good. Even in the dark, these diamonds seem to shine as if light is passing through them. Strange diamonds are highly valued for their use in a variety of warp tech processes, being almost impossibly dense and intricate in their composition. Strange diamond can reflect light within itself so profoundly that it actually bends time. Hexagon the bestagon. Oh, I wonder if that is for someone else's challenge. So maybe I should finish Ogden's next time. We're gonna slow that down. We seem to be getting a steady supply in, and I don't want to oversaturate it. Maybe I should mix them with rock? And just grow a bunch of heartbeats, so that way I always have a lot of heartbeats. Can I fit more than that? Nope. Maybe I should use up that last spot for... Oh, where do I store heartbeats? Not there. I guess here. For a silo. That way I can store plorts in it, because that's 12 different plorts. And I don't know how many, because it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11? I think I have 11 different kinds of plorts right now. If I could feasibly start storing all my plorts in a silo out there, outside the science lab. Hey, Capcom, happy Canadian Thanksgiving for you. Happy Thanksgiving for you. I hope you had a very good Thanksgiving. It's good to hear from you. I appreciate you stopping by as always. Sorry to hear that you're dead, though. Please do take care of yourself. Food coma. Next time you pop in, remind me. I would love to ask and figure out what type of foods and stuff you do for Thanksgiving. But I don't want to keep you, as I know you are probably quite dead. So much food. You think the regular stuff? Well, it's a good thing to know that turkey is universal. You're totally... Emma, I don't believe that. You can't fool me. You can't fool me for a second. Well, you came at a good time because we were just getting ready to end as well. And let's see. Who's still streaming right now that maybe I could raid? Looks like Dylan's still streaming. So, we're gonna raid Goober Smooch. Capcom, you get yourself to bed, sleep off that food coma and your not intoxication. Take care of yourself, stay hydrated, and in fact, for everyone, take care of yourselves, stay hydrated, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, and take care of each other. All out of order. Thanks for stopping by again, Capcom. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I think we're almost done with Slime Rancher. Maybe 1 or 2 more sessions and we should be good, so maybe by the end of the week. But you all have a wonderful night. Thank you again. And I'll see you on the next adventure.